This is the story of a land, of the people who lived on it in the year 1870, and of a man whose name was Cochise. He was an Indian, leader of the Chiricahua Apache tribe. I was involved in the story, and what I have to tell happened exactly as you'll see it. The only change will be that when the Apaches speak, they will speak in our language. What took place is part of
Well, I put the wrong clip in there, but somehow it works. So I'll stick with this. Take away the cars, throw some dirt on the roads, and basically I could make a Jimmy Stewart movie. Oh yeah. Even though I see cows every day I'm in town, loop around, every day I see cows walking down the street, and I never get used to it. It still just amazes me. It's awesome. I feel like I'm back in the U.S. like 100 years ago or more. It's kind of so weird. One time you're seeing cows and horses walking down the street, and then you're seeing tut-tuts, and it reminds you, you'd think you were in Asia or something. It's just like, and like you look down this street and it looks like you're in Congo in the Africa. You know, so it's just like, oh my goodness. It's just so many flavors here. Guys, I'm going to introduce you to Alan. Lexi, the boat next to me, the lady I'm always hanging out with. Not dating, so don't get that wrong. We're just best friends, hanging out. You know, we were helping this guy here. He came in, all of his cells were blown out. Super nice French guy. But anyway, we said we helped him tow his dinghy, and we had two dinghies trying to tow him off of this ridge he was stuck on. So we said we'd help him through, we show him town, show him the check-in process. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to help this older guy check in. He's a Frenchman. So anyway, I'm going to let you follow along and check it out as we check it out. All right, cool.
I want to mail a letter. I don't know how to mail like a snail mail letter here. So, and Andrew's like a professional, university-educated yoga teacher.
Is that the guy who's going to do the advanced class?
Yeah. So he does his class. It's kind of like more advanced than running, but you don't have to do it all. He's like, if you can do this, go here. If you can't do this, just do this. And like, if you know, just chill out if you want to rest.
We're having a pig roast. When's pig roast tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
We're having a pig roast on the beach tomorrow here.
There's a big party at the beach to celebrate 4th of July, America Day, and Canada Day was July 1st, so we're going to celebrate tomorrow at the beach.
Where's the beach?
Pig roast and... Hi baby, how are you? Hi.
So I can look for the 4th of July because my wife...
Alan's an interesting guy. He's from France. He's 60. He's 68. His wife's 20 years older than him. So he's a solo sailor. He's pretty much sailed around the world. I mean, Tunisia, Africa, Philippines, Panama. He's pretty well been everywhere. So,
I am sure I have a
very interesting guy. But anyway, he pulled in a loop run because he blew his sails out in 50 knot winds. And engine failed as he's coming in loop run. So he made a loop run. We helped pull him in. So really interesting guy, really cool guy. So we spent the whole afternoon with him.
Maybe not the correct word.
Very, very small. It's over there.
Well, do you go to my friend's name? He doesn't know name?
No, she belongs to the marina, the tropical marina over there.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know the name.
And you have been selling all over.
She's my person.
I sell the Florida, Bahamas, Turks to here.
Bahamas is very expensive.
Yeah, very.
Crazy, very crazy.
Yeah, very, very expensive.
I stopped in the island. The guy is the owner of the island. And he has a small marina. He charged me
for a beer.
150.
Like ridiculous.
Yeah, well, your first mistake was you went to a marina.
Yeah.
You should not do this. But
I was looking for water.
those prices in America are actually good prices. There are places in Florida, $4 per foot,
Yeah.
$5 per foot. This is common. $3 per foot is average. $2 per foot is good. $1.50 a foot is amazing. So $100, your boat is what, 36, 38? Probably paid
40, 44,
44. You probably only paid $2 a foot, which is a good price even in America. But it is expensive. Like the groceries are two times American price.
For me, when I am in Europe, in fact, I bring my boat to Tunisia because I pay $100 per month for my boat. $100, and the facility is perfect. You have a laundry, water, food, everything in Tunisia. You have to sell to Europe. New Zealand, Australia is tough. The weather is very tough.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to Australia and New Zealand every year.
Marathon
And,
across Panama.
Yeah.
Dude, like you are.
Yeah.
I'm 61, it'd kill me now.
Could you imagine? I'm like 30, in my 30s, and I could not imagine pulling this off. That is unbelievable.
I do miss,
This guy's cool. I like this guy.
because I love running, and that's one thing I hate about the boat. You can't get any exercise, you know? You're just,
I have to train because
Wow. He ran across Panama. How crazy at 65.
wow.
How crazy is that? That's so crazy. Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
That's awesome.
I couldn't do it now. Well, with my heart condition, though.
I was running good.
I will show you my medal.
Oh.
I don't have it yet, but
Oh.
well,
So, are you staying here in Luperon then for hurricane season?
yes,
Is it the most safe? Would you like for your phone a SIM card?
yes, I am going.
It's cheap, so we could do both of you.
Okay. My phone's still in Spanish, too, by the way. I don't know.
Well, I'll try to get his up. Do you know, is your phone unlocked?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I have a phone. I have two phones.
Okay.
My goodness, wait.
So maybe he wants to get a plan too, and we'll do both of you. So why don't we do that next?
Okay. I gotta go get cash, too.
Oh, you still want to do the bank
He
first?
might want to do immigration before he starts doing all that stuff. I'm just gonna go to the money exchange.
Oh, you don't mind walking with us to the bank then?
No.
Well, I'll hang out.
But I'll branch off because the
So
money
you have
exchange will
US,
take-
you just gotta get paid.
Elan's a cool dude, man. He's anyway, he's run a marathon across Panama at 65. He solo sells at 40-something.
Oh, I have some credit cards.
He's just an amazing dude.
You are crazy. You
Great
are.
Wall Marathon. Great Wall.
Wow.
Look at him. He's running marathons
And that's
across
great
Panama
goal.
at 65.
But I
Wow.
was crying, you know.
That is
That's
unbelievable.
crazy.
This is amazing. Incredible.
65, he's running a marathon across Panama. Awesome.
Fine. I guess I should film too. What would you say? Because I think, so I'm a Canadian boat, and before I came here, I asked everybody, has anybody been to the Dominican Republic? Is it safe? Can you go there? And what I heard was, no, it's not safe. It's dangerous, da, 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 and all that stuff. But you know the reality. And if you could just sort of clarify that, and then I could post it on my YouTube channel,
Okay.
then that would maybe help
We
bring
talk
people
talk
on.
about how many people live here that are expats.
Yeah, just not right now, but at some point I'd like to sit down with you if you don't mind. Just do a little couple minutes. And
Well, anybody that's ever been to Lupron knows Norm. He's to the right here. He owns this bar or restaurant or whatever this thing is. But he's an American that's lived here 20, 30 years. And he knows everything.
They're so very different. And you were the best source to sort of straighten me out on it. I would like to just put your voice straight to the audience at some point. Okay.
His side, he says, okay, since you guys are going to help me all day, he says, I'll take you guys out to eat. So we found a nice little place to eat and got chicken. Yeah, it was good too. It was really good. And listen to some more of his stories. He always had lots of stories.
Yeah, well, mentally, you kind of go crazy. Like, talking to the...
That's just you, Luke.
You have a teddy bear that you talk to on the boat, or what? I have a teddy bear.
No, I'm thinking about doing the coconut where you draw the eyes and the mouth, you know.
The problem now, I have no more books. You know, I like to read. So, if I have book, I read like that.
Here in Lupron, we get everybody. She's Canadian, he's French, our yoga teacher is South African. Probably like 10% is American here, so I'm pretty much learning all the culture from all over the world. It's pretty cool.
So I start reading the manual, and
So,
I am much better in manual.
to be a solo sailor is a balance between very brave and very crazy. Where are you in the balance? Are you mostly crazy? Very crazy? Secondly, I could eat that. What are you guys going to eat?
Yeah,
Like coleslaw?
Food is good. We're gonna take Alan now over to the phone store, and I need a phone chip. He needs a phone chip. We're gonna do that. We still haven't checked out. We haven't cleared in immigration yet. That's still to come. We're supposed to do that first thing. We ended up spending 5 hours in town before we went to immigration. We're walking back down to the government dock, Lupron, and this is where you check in, clear in. And I wish I would have had somebody like Lexi to walk me around, because she's your little Google Translator thing. And man, when I first came in here, I was friggin' petrified. But anyway, Norma's walking to the first building, which is immigration. Anyway, he's gonna go in here, and then to your right is the next office. There they go. That's probably agriculture, probably. And then, anyway, there's like 4 different people you gotta see here. And there he's walking to the next building down there. It's just a drawn out. Most of the time when you clear in like the Bahamas, Turks, Caicos, which is different foreign countries. On my way down from Florida to Lupron, I actually had to go through 4 different countries, so I had to do this 4 different times. But now we're walking up to the Commandant's office, which is the military. Here in Lupron, it's really nerve-wracking because they don't know any English at all. And they're extremely strict because for some reason they have to report to the United States. Even though we're like 400 or 500 miles south of the United States, for some reason, every time a boat leaves the harbor here in Lupron, they have to report to the United States and say, hey, we have a boat leaving Dominican Republic, da-da-da-da, this is who's on it, da-da. And they don't really know why. The only thing is the military government pays most of the Navy's cost. So because the United States government pays for the Navy here in Lupron, they have to report any boat anytime we leave the harbor, and even if we're going 5 miles, they have to report it to the United States because the United States is on top of the Dominican watching for drug dealers or whatever. So it's kind of really a big pain. But when I came up here, it was totally nerve-wracking because I had 5 military guys looking at me, and they looked mean, and they was all armed. And Alan got lucky today. We had one young recruit guy, so he got lucky, but I was petrified. I was glad to get off this friggin' hill, but this is the last check-in process that we do here in Lupron. Those islands, you go to the Bahamas, all you got is customs and immigration. You only have to report. You only have to report to 2, but here in Lupron, you have to do like 5, and it's just a real pain in the butt. But yeah, but Norm here, he's about done. He's been cool. It's took us 5-6 hours to get to this point, but I'll shut up and let you guys listen what it's like to try to talk to these people.
He was sailing from Florida and took 30 days to get here from Florida.
Navegaba desde Florida y tardó 30 días en llegar desde el piso.
Florida.
Bye-bye.
Because they're going to ask us.
So you signed up for the pig roast? I'll see you at the pig roast
I'll
tomorrow?
see you tomorrow as long as you're not too loaded.
Not me. Hey, what's the festivities in here tonight? Do they have anything going on in here tonight? I wish.
Hey, we can't all be like that.
They have strippers?
You are bad.
I wish.
Well, anyway, that's Betty. I met them in the Turks and Caicos. We got blown in on weather. Her and her husband was on a sailboat in the Turks, and I ran into them at the Turks and Caicos. We were anchored together, and we couldn't move for a week, so I kept going over their boat and hanging out with them. They had to hang out with me, and they're also Canadian. They're awesome people. But anyway, I hope you guys will like this video, and hanging out with Alan. And anyway, next video we're going to go do the 4th of July pig roast. All the cruisers get together every year and go to this beach and have a big pig roast. So anyway, that's going to be the next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and hang in there, and I will see you later. All right, cool. See you guys. All right, bye.